Now from the windy city of Chicago, baseball from beautiful Wrigley Field. Into the box now, Jose Martinez. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off the afternoon for St. Louis.
Swing and a ground ball to third.
The right fielder.
This is foul for the first strike.
Martinez. First pitch.
0-2 the count to Jose Martinez.
The count 0-2.
And the curveball is swung on and missed, and a good pitch there results in a strikeout to begin the afternoon. Now a chance to look at the starting nine for the visiting St. Louis Cardinals.
Second baseman.
D-Row, what's your take as they look to end their losing streak?
Yeah, Matty, it's going to be interesting how this offense goes about it. Are they going to go after him early? Are they going to sit back and hope he doesn't have his secondary stuff, and drive his pitch count up? You have to find ways. You can't just throw your bats out on the field and think you're going to score runs off a premier guy.
Behind 0-2 now. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. The 0-2 once more is a fastball that misses. And a big rip at the curveball, but he didn't get it, and he becomes the second casualty of the inning. Here's the first pitch to him.
First baseman.
Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call.
Hey, when one of your better pitches is the straight changeup, you can't be afraid to throw it at any count and at any time. And, hey, first pitch, if they're going to take it for strike one, they're going to give it to you. Go ahead and throw it.
And a sinker, called strike three as he's rung up and the side is retired. Stepping in, Anthony Rizzo. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Cubs,
infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. Dan, D-Row, we take a look at this Cardinals ball club as they enter play this afternoon. Fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, Matty, they got to find a way to put yesterday behind them. They got pounded without question, but today is a new day, and they regroup and grind and try and do the little things to try and win this ball game.
And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. What do you think they need to do to keep the winning streak a-rolling, D-Row?
Are we still a big believer in batting average, Matty? In today's game, I'm more interested in the OPS number. But that's not to take anything away from this offense. They lead the league in batting average, and what that tells me is they're getting a lot of guys on base. There's a lot of guys with some good approaches and good plans today. See if that leads to a bunch of runs.
Here's Javier Baez. The watch is fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all 3 categories. Here's a huge swing by Baez and a ball sent to deep left field. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. A solo home run there for Javi Baez. So he creeps ever closer to triple digits. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0. So we'll take one more look, and boy, he just continues to hit the ball out of the ballpark at an alarming rate. What a year. So stepping in, Kyle Schwarber. He enters play in the hunt for the league's home run crown, but he'll have some work to do down the stretch. Little chopper down the first baseline. Swing and a liner. Lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch. Actually, they're saying he trapped it, and he is in there.
As a pitcher, you'd love to assert your authority early on in the game, but it hasn't happened so far out here. That's a home run and a double against him now, and we're still in the first. He's going to have to make some adjustments quickly if he's going to turn this around.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Bader will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Now the pitch.
Leading off for St. Louis, the left fielder, number 23.
Curveball looked at here for strike one.
Ozuna.
Can't get him to
that's
chase.
just
It's
out.
1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And let's focus on Anthony Rizzo. Not only a Gold Glove winner, this guy has won a Platinum Glove, bailing out his infielders time and time again with his soft hands and feel for the game.
Boy, and they cannot touch him right now. 5 straight strikeouts on the ledger, and there are 2 away. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
The third baseman, number 13.
And he fouls this one off.
Carpenter.
Second inning here as the Cubs lead this one early 1-0. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
You know that nasty changeup's lurking right here. If I'm in the batter's box, I have to tell myself to stay back. I have to take pull side out of the equation, or that changeup's going to beat me.
And it's fouled away. The next 0-2. Another one sent foul. And my goodness, how about this? He struck out the side in back-to-back innings. 6. Stepping up to the plate, Garcia, as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. Now the fastball is swung on and missed.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
2 strikes.
Slow curveball, like a balloon, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 2.
Well, we know what this guy's approach is. He's looking to go absolutely deep right here. I don't see him getting anything over the heart of the plate.
Bader is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Batting 7. The center fielder.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and that'll bring up the multi-gold glover Jason Hayward. Here comes the first pitch. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. Set to deliver the 0-1. Now there's a swing by Hayward as he mashes this ball out to deep right field. And that's off the scoreboard. What a blast! A solo shot that time off the bat of Jason Hayward, number 33 on the year, as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0. Here's Addison Russell.
Yeah, it's a long season with a lot of peaks and valleys, but he's getting hot here in September. That bodes well for him and his team as things crank up in October. We'll see if he can stay hot when it matters the most.
The pitcher, Kyle.
Stepping into the box, Kyle Hendricks. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Swing hard liner to left center. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Boy, D-Roy, you're talking about frustrating as a pitcher. You have the pitcher up with 2 outs, and he extends the inning there with a base hit.
Yeah, it's funny. I've hit 8th in my career, and the grind was to try and get the pitcher up so you could waste that out and flip the lineup over. This guy took it into his own hands and did just that. By getting a knock, now we could have some issues here.
So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
Now batting, right fielder.
Nick Castellanos now. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something.
And that'll bring home run number 3. It's now a 3-0 cushion.
Now batting.
So runners at the corners with 2 gone. And into bat next, the versatile weapon Javier Baez.
The last at bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and did miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Fouled away. The 0-2 delivery. Now a big swing, and this ball is crushed out to deep center field. Into the bleachers and gone. So a 3-run blast to deep center here, his second of the game. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Well, he's as hot as anybody in the game right now, hitting a homer yesterday and 2 more today. They need to rethink whatever strategy they're using to pitch to him because he's killing them.
Now batting, left fielder.
Into the box, Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber.
As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Bader going back on it, and he makes a nice catch on the track. Here's the catcher, Matt Wieters now. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Wieters.
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one. Boy, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe, and unfortunately, he let that one go, and he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
The next 0-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. And that'll bring up the former top prospect, Harrison Bader. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
The count.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about a developing story here. 8 straight strikeouts, and there are 2 away now.
Austin Gomber.
In now, Austin Gomber. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Cardinals pitcher up there with a 1-2 count.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. And we're back for the bottom of the 3rd. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. Between innings, I was able to discuss the current state of the Cubs lineup with manager Joe Maddon. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said they're doing an excellent job with pitch selection, meaning they're swinging at the right pitches and doing damage with them. The numbers back that up. 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet, guys.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the
16.
first out of the inning. Now at the plate, Garcia. He flew out in his last at-bat. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left.
He wasn't fooling anybody with that fastball. He barreled it up nice right there. He's just got to find a way to keep it fair.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. DeYoung will wait on it. 2 gone.
Up next for the Cubs.
Now at the plate, Jason Hayward. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Goes to show you how strong.
DeYoung gathers it in. Oh, what a stop on the slide. He is... Now batting, Jose Martinez. Back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Pitch on the way. And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far.
That's 10 strikeouts for him now. And I'll tell you, he could rack up quite a few more before he's done. Still a lot of game left in this one.
And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Skied into very shallow right. Castellanos in a few steps as he takes it. 2 down.
Now batting.
Here's Paul
the first
Goldschmidt
baseman.
now. And Dan, it seems like this starter
Goldschmidt.
is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
That's the ball.
Yeah, that remains to be
I got to
seen.
count 1
A
and 2.
ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 is a
Ball
fastball taken high for a ball.
Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3. Coming to the plate now, Addison Russell. He's 0
Leading
for
off
1
for
after
the
grounding
Cubs,
out in his only trip to the
second
plate so
baseman,
far.
Even though
Addison
they're up by a boatload early on in this one,
Russell.
you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
So with your pitcher due up
Now
next,
batting,
you can
the
either have him
pitcher,
bunt or you can
Kyle
even think about having him show bunt
Hendricks.
to draw the corners in and then let him swing away. Depends on how much confidence they have in him with a bat in his hands.
First pitch of the at-bat. A bouncer to the left side, and that's through into left, a base hit. Now the throw comes quickly into the third baseman, so they're at the corners now to begin the inning.
Hey, we came into this one wondering
Number
how he was going to
baseman,
throw on the mound.
44.
That all goes out the window. He just
Anthony
mixed in his second knock of the game. He's going to be
Rizzo.
smiling for a while on this.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And they'll extend their lead even further as the runs in to score from third. It's 7-0. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
When you're up by 7
The right
runs
fielder,
any
number
time in a
6.
game, let alone this early, it feels awfully good. They are hitting on all cylinders here, but they have to be careful not to let off the gas pedal now.
Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted. High and deep into the bleachers and gone. So a 3-run shot to left center. 34 home runs now on the year as they just continue to pour it on here.
Now batting, shortstop.
Into the box
Javier.
now, Javier Baez.
Baez.
As he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center. Moving under it, Bader. 1 away.
Now batting.
So 1
left
away here in the
fielder,
Chicago fourth.
Kyle
And next it'll be the left-handed power
Schwarber.
threat, Kyle Schwarber. Now here's the ball hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Martinez going back on the warning track. He makes the catch.
Now batting, the catcher.
Here's the young catcher,
Wilson.
Wilson Contreras. He has
Contreras.
flied and lined out in 2 trips in this one. Line shot to third, and the side is retired. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cardinals to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They haven't
Leading
had
off for
a
the
single
Cardinals,
guy on base yet,
the
so
left
it's starting to
fielder,
feel a
number
little
23,
desperate down here.
Marcell
But he said they've unfortunately just been
Ozuna.
faced with some really great pitching today. The key going forward is to find any way they can to get him out of his rhythm on the mound. Now, that may be a tall task, but they feel the little adjustments could lead to things turning around for them.
All right, Heidi, thank you. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ballgame. Ready to deliver.
Up next
Here's
for
the
the
first
Cardinals,
pitch.
The shortstop.
Swing and a liner,
Paul
but foul.
DeYoung.
DeYoung in an 0-2 hole here.
I got to say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the
13,
breaking ball. Paul DeYoung
Matt
goes down for
Carpenter.
out number 2 in the top half. Matt Carpenter will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
And there's number 8, 1 away.
Fouled off. The 0-2 once more. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. Down in order go the Cardinals. Stepping up now, Garcia. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
The third baseman, number 16.
Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. DeYoung's got it. And quickly there's one down to lead off the frame.
Now batting.
Here's Jason Hayward now. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Lifted in the air to center field. Bader is under it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Up next for the Cubs.
Digging in and looking for more, Addison Russell. He came across to score after doubling in his last at-bat.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion for him today. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everyone seems to be putting barrel on baseball in this lineup.
Gone! A solo home run for Addison Russell. Number 26 for him on the season as this lead got even wider. Fans are getting plenty of souvenirs today. That's the 5th ball we've seen clear the fence by just this one lineup alone.
Now
Dan, they're
batting,
absolutely not going to cover off the ball. I'm curious to get your take on this.
Hendricks.
I didn't find it to be the truth. I didn't mind hitting at night.
Line to shortstop. He's there to make the play, and that ends. 1 run on 1 hit, which was the home run. No errors, and no one left on base. Not much behind this as this ball is looped over
Wieters.
toward first. Foul. Here comes the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one.
Hey, he's got 4 foul balls in this AB right here. He's really making his pitcher grind for everything.
Here's another 0-2. And he fouls this one off. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
I can't blame him one bit out on the mound. I'm shocked he didn't pick up the rosin bag and see if he could get a foul ball on that one. He had to see if he would swing way outside the zone.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Castellanos moves over. 1 out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Harrison Bader.
Now to the plate, Harrison Bader looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Just a touch outside, 1-2. No runs, no hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Swing and a line drive. Foul. Again, a 1-2.
That's a ball.
Just inside, not by
2-2
much.
count.
It's 2-2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
So it was a strikeout swinging. Harrison Bader goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Popped up, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. 7 homers and 16 RBIs. Boy, that's just about in the catcher's glove there. It's 0-2. Cardinals have been held out of the hit column here.
1 ball, 2
Inside,
strikes
as that
to count.
perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Didn't
Nope.
get on top of the sinker at all. If that's what it was trying to be, it stayed high. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now. 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown, as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals.
Your
Adam
attention,
Wainwright
please.
gets the call to pitch
Now
here, and he'll try to
pitching for
sort
St.
this
Louis.
mess out. He's going to
Number
try to at
50,
least eat a couple of
Adam
innings for his guys.
Wainwright.
No balls and a strike to count. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Martinez on the move. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
The right fielder, number 6.
Into the box now, Nicholas Castellanos. He's already got 4 RBIs in this one. First pitch coming from Wainwright. Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So that's their 12th hit of the ballgame so far. And although this isn't a stat that's
The batter,
referred to
number
all
9.
that often, we'll take a
Shortstop,
look at the season-long
Javier.
total for hits by a team.
Baez.
And you can see, in fact, that these guys currently lead the National League in that category, and in fact lead all of baseball as well. Javier Baez will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his 2nd home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. And there's the 2nd out as he squeezes it while standing on the mound.
I'm
Now
sure his
batting,
eyes
left
lit up
fielder,
when he saw that
Kyle
curveball hanging in the zone. But maybe he
Schwarber.
tried to do too much with it, because basically he hit it straight up. No doubt he wants that pitch back. And the pitcher, he just dodged a bullet.
First pitch of the at-bat. This is on the ground over to first. Goldschmidt will take this to the bag himself, and with that, at the plate, Jose Martinez.
Leading off
No
for St.
hits to
Louis.
this point.
It
The right
doesn't look
fielder,
very promising so
Jose
far in this one as we move into the later
Martinez.
innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Castellanos has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1.
Now batting,
Colton
second
Wong
baseman,
will stand in.
Colton
No hits for him to this
Wong.
point, not unlike many of his fellow teammates. High in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
The 7th inning is one of those innings when you might start seeing some warning signs from your starters that they're reaching the end of their rope, but that's not the case here. He looks really solid to me.
And it's fouled away. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. And another one. Strikeout number 17 in the ball game as he keeps racking him up.
Now batting.
Well, it's been a
the
rough
first
series
baseman,
for him at the plate so
Paul
far. That's 4
Goldschmidt.
strikeouts in the first 2 games, so this pitching staff clearly has him figured out.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
0-2.
And they'll try to
1
tempt him
ball,
with a
2
curveball, but this
strikes.
bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. No runs, no hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds.
Ball.
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
Hey, great job right there. Anytime you're down 0-2, I think it's a success.
Struck him out. 18
Ladies and
strikeouts for
gentlemen,
him now.
it's time
Down in
for the
order go the
traditional-
Cardinals. Now at the plate, Wilson
Leading
Contreras.
off for
His
the
career
Cubs,
line against Wainwright.
the
He's
catcher,
got 3 base hits
Wilson
in 16 tries. He's
Contreras.
taken him deep once. First pitch cutter that's by him for
0-1's
strike
the
one.
count.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Hard on the ground toward short. DeYoung fields it cleanly. Throw, and he's called out on a close play at first.
Now batting.
But hold on here now.
Number
They
16.
quickly requested some time to take a look at the replay, and they may decide to challenge that out call.
Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what the word is from the dugout. But here's another look at it. Wow. Tough to tell if he was out for certain from that angle. I can see why this was a really tough call for the umpire.
Standing in now, Garcia.
He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play.
He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Drilled to the right side. And that is going to sneak on through into right. It's a 1-out single.
Well, there's a case, not that bad of a pitch, 0-2
The
D-roll,
batter,
but something
the
he'd
center
like to
fielder,
get down and bury in the strike zone, no
Jason.
doubt about it.
Yeah, ground ball with
Hayward.
eyes right there. Nice job by the offensive player. Just to battle. 0-2's a tough spot to be in. He battled.
Into the box, Jason Hayward. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Now, this is the way you want to start off a
next for the
series.
Cubs,
We haven't even hit the
the second
weekend yet,
baseman,
and he's on the board
Addison
again, this time with a double.
Russell.
This is going to be a good 4-game set for him if he can keep this up.
To short, hit hard. DeYoung gathers it in. Tried to make it home when he shouldn't have, and now they've got him hung up. The tag, and they got him coming back to third. Now to the plate, the pitcher,
Now batting,
Kyle Hendricks.
the pitcher,
He's been great on the mound, so
Kyle
we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as
Hendricks.
well. He's earned the chance to take this at bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
Wainwright comes set. 0-1 on its way. Swing and a miss, and he's
0-2.
quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Hey, I know it's the pitcher at the plate, but he's going to grind it out right here. He's got a chance to help himself, and nothing's a bigger backbreaker to a team than watching the pitcher drive in a run.
Oh, and this deflects right off him. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second.
The first baseman, number 44.
Stepping in, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony
2 doubles for him to this point in the game.
Rizzo.
First pitch coming from Wainwright. Now Rizzo belts one, carrying well into right field. And it's gone. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. His 73rd round tripper of the year as the blowout continues. Guys, do you believe what we're seeing here today? With 6 home runs so far, this lineup is turning in a performance for the ages at the plate.
Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
Matt, you know what,
your
Devo, we got up
attention,
this
please.
morning for this day game here.
Now
We were
pitching for
expecting
St.
a
Louis,
high-scoring game, but boy, we
number
haven't been
62.
disappointed.
Yeah, you take the temperature of a lot of guys in the league. They definitely will tell you they see the ball
batting,
better in the
right
daytime than they
fielder,
do at night.
Nick.
Case in point today,
Stay
ball was
yada.
jumping off the bats of both lineups.
DeYoung is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. Here's Marcell Ozuna. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's
Leading off for
changed
St.
out there
Louis.
on the mound.
Well, I've been
Fielder,
very impressed with how the
Marcell
starter's going about his business, Matt.
Ozuna.
He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Ball one.
Blowing away with that one. It's 1-2.
count is
Time to
1-2.
be alert for signs of tiring here in the 8th. He's a pitch away from 100.
Man, I love this right now. He's given it everything he has, giving this team depth, allowing the manager to
Now
pick
batting,
some serious
the
matchups
shortstop,
when it comes to going to the
Paul
bullpen, Dan.
Paul, you
DeYoung.
nailed that, D-Road. Now you can go to your go-to guys, the troubleshooters, the guy you want to bring into close games. Anytime a starter can get you through 7 innings, the 8th inning, it's a bonus. A job well done so far.
Into the corner and slicing foul. Here's a
Oh,
breaking
that's
ball,
out.
but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. 1 out, nobody on. Got him for an even 20 strikeouts now thus far, as he's just been flat unhittable.
The third baseman, number 13.
Sinkers in there, no balls and a
Carpenter.
strike.
Textbook pitching performance so far in this one as we move into the later innings. First pitch strikes, how about over 90%? That's about as good as it gets.
Fouled off. The next 0-2. Misses
Ball
above
one.
the zone for a ball.
There's your textbook waste pitch right there. Try and get the eye level up. Let's see if he comes back with another fastball elevated or drops a hammer off.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him. So that's 8 perfect innings, and the fans can feel it now as the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go. At the plate, Javier Baez. He
Leading
was
off
retired
for the
after
Cubs,
popping out in his last at-bat.
shortstop,
Yeah, Matty, and it looked like he
Javier.
got fooled a little bit. Little bit out
Baez.
front, ended up popping out. Expect him to be a little bit more leery of the breaking pitch this AB.
Now batting,
Jumped all over
the
that
left
first
fielder,
pitch of the inning, and he
Kyle
didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Stepping in now, Kyle Schwarber. Hard liner to center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
the catcher, number 40. Wilson.
Stepping into the box, Wilson
Contreras.
Contreras. He was a ground-out victim last time up. The pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Calling for it, Martinez. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. As striding in once again, Matt Wieters starting
Leading
things
off
for
for the
his
Cardinals,
side in the 9th as
catcher,
they face the
Matt
improbable odds of
Wieters.
trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point, but these guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances
inside.
as a professional.
A ball and a strike to count to the switch-hitting catcher, Matt Wieters. Good curveball there, gets the swing and miss.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
And he chased it in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Wieters is retired, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder.
So striding
Harrison
forward now, Harrison Bader. And his dominance continues on the mound, but it seems like he might be running on adrenaline only at this point.
Yeah, he's been so great in this one. You want to see him finish what he started, but you also have to start worrying about things like injuries. He's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, and some guys are just more capable of that than others, but not a lot of good things tend to happen when you've worked as hard as he has in this one.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. Misses.
count.
Ball
2-2.
2. Bases are empty. 1 man out. And he misses this one
3-2.
inside, and that'll run things full. 3-2.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at-bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so when you go up there and make him throw a bunch
Your
of pitches,
attention, please.
you're more likely to get a
Hitting
good
for the
pitch to hit,
Cardinals,
or at least force
number
him out of the
5.
game. It's been a rough game for him at the plate.
No.
Couldn't get the
Molina.
bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when
that's
he
low.
leaves the ballpark tonight.
His matchup numbers with Hendricks. He's got 8 hits in 32 at-bats. The count now at 2-1. Now the 2-1. Now a curveball here,
balls,
nowhere
1
close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1.
Time for him to attack on the mound. He knows this team's struggling offensively. Don't mess around and try and nibble. Just be on the attack and let them beat you.
Into
Now
the
batting,
box,
right
Jose
fielder,
Martinez. He's hitless
Jose
coming into this at-bat, so the hit streak he's
Martinez.
been riding is on the line here.
Yeah, he's up in the double digits with it. You know, he wants to keep it going as long as possible, but this very well could be the last chance to do that.
To 1-2 now. Now what's left of this crowd this afternoon gets to their feet. Breaking ball misses the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cardinals down to their final strike here. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Wow, you could feel the electricity in the air when the 9th inning started. Everyone could feel how close to history we were, but he gives up a hit and loses the no-hit bid. Man, that hurts. He just has to shake it off now and enjoy this one hitter just the same. Great effort either way.
15-0.